DGC Requiem here. This looks like a really, really good hand. This is a potential turn 2. We're just gonna sit on this for a second, make it seem like maybe we're thinking about it. But this is kind of like the nut for opening hand. Yeah, we'll keep. Could just die before we ever get to go off if we're playing like Storm or Reanimator, which is kind of what I think when I see a Polluted Delta. Okay, well, that shuts that down pretty fast. Goodbye, Glimpse. Unless we top deck a Glimpse here. I guess we get a couple shots at it. Based off that duress, I am assuming we are playing Storm. And so I'm going to be confidently going Bayou into Deathrite. Yeah, so I feel pretty confident we're playing Storm here. I think at this point, any doubt has been removed. Oh, let's see here. We're unfortunately probably just going to lose anyway. That's all we've got. Don't really care about our graveyard so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 power on board. don't have any way to generate. It's got 6 mana. We don't have any way to generate black mana. Should have counted beforehand, but it doesn't make a difference. We need a creature, really, and unfortunately we have no creatures in the graveyard to eat. We can only produce green. So I don't know if Tendrils actually does enough here. So if he passed in Flames, we just eat his Infernal Tutor, right? He can Gataxian Probe, Gataxian Probe. Ah, see, but we can't. Shoot. This is where we don't have any black mana up. We can only untap Deathrite once. So we're kinda hosed. So I'm like 99.9% certain we're dead here. I mean, I think our only real shot... Yeah, there's not even... I mean, he can probe. He's just going to Infernal Tutor for it now. And he'll go get... Tendrils, presumably. Yeah, I think at this point he's certainly done 10 spells, right? Yeah, 12. And again, nothing we can eat, so we will concede. So definitely these Null Rod and Skoos. And from what I learned last time, I definitely agree probably pulling one Crater Hoof out. Either you're going to hard cast it or not. I do think pulling out a couple Visionary is appropriate. I do think we need to try and leave Glimpse in, which makes Natural Order worse. I can only have one spell either. Maybe we'd cut a couple Green Sun Zenith. See, the problem with that is like Green Sun Zenith, so I think we can cut one. I think we cut one Glimpse. We're taking too many spells out. We can't take too many creatures out. It keeps 24 creatures in. Almost all of them are elves. I think we roll with that. Is this even close to good enough? I think it is. So actually, we start with Bayou into... Yes, this is absolutely keepable. So we can start with Bayou into Green Sun Zenith into Dryad Arbor. That leaves us with turn 2 the ability to Quirion Ranger we have the ability to go straight into natural order basically. If we draw it, makes our cradle bigger. We have a Heritage Druid and a Quirion Ranger, which means we have the potential to run a Glimpse Chain if we draw into that. Also leaves Thoughtseize open. So I think we just have to take the Dark Ritual here, or do we take the Lion's Eye Diamond? I don't actually know what to take here. I'll take their Lion's Eye Diamond. I don't know if that's the right thing or not. Instead of Cradle Air, I think it would have been wise to go for another Dryad Arbor. But whatever. So I asked my opponent if he'd let me know after the match what I should have taken. He said he is not sure either. We know he has another Gitaxian Probe. We know he has a Dark Ritual. Beyond that, he really didn't have a whole lot at the time, right? Brainstorm. Rain of Filth. Alright, so he's gonna go for Ad Nauseam. Preordained, Dark Ritual, Preordained, Cabal Therapy, Cabal Therapy, Dark Ritual, Infernal Tutor, Volcanic Island, Brainstorm, Duress. So not a lot of mana, which is good. This is what we're wanting to see. Lion's Eye Diamond. You have to pause there. Lion's Eye Diamond. So I think he's okay now. Tropical Island. Cabal Ritual. So he's going to play a Lotus Petal. Lion's Eye Diamond, absolutely. Lion's Eye Diamond, yep. So I think he's good now. He'll jam these. Infernal Tutor with Lion Eye Diamond on the stack. He's got the mana now. Now he cracks a Lion's Eye Diamond, I presume, with Infernal Tutor on the stack. Yep. So now he has no cards in hand, which allows him to use the Hellbent part of Infernal Tutor to go get his tendrils. Although maybe he's getting Past in Flames. I would assume he's just getting tendrils. Alright, so Past in Flames, which allows him to start casting stuff again. So he'll cast just enough Cabal Ritual, Dark Rituals, Cabal Rituals, etc. Then he'll eventually Infernal Tutor into Tendrils, assuming he didn't accidentally sideboard it out. And we will lose. This is how this happens. Rain of Filth, yeah, so he's just casting stuff to make sure he has enough spells, and then he Infernal Tutors to go get Tendrils of Agony. So I don't know that I kept a poor hand. I mean, I basically required that I drew into, and maybe that does mean it, but you also can't mulligan forever either. So, is he Infernal Tutoring into Infernal Tutors? I think he has enough spells unless he pulled, maybe he pulled that card out? I'm not quite sure why this is taking so long. He's clearly casted more than 10 spells. But I mean, with a natural order draw, we might have been able to... I'm really confused now. Is he trying to mill me? Is he going to play that mill? I don't have anything I can do, so I am just going to F6 here while he goes off and sees how many cards he can play in a row. Yeah, I really have no idea what he's doing here. I think he's just trying to show off. So now he's going to Past in Flames again. Yeah, he's trying to maximize the number of storm triggers he gets. That's really all that's happening right now. And he just died. He must have taken his win condition out or something. It's the only thing I can think of. Yeah. Alright, so the only thing I can think of is he accidentally took his win condition out, or intentionally took it out, assuming that I would just concede. And then because he didn't have one, eventually just had to kill himself. So, I believe with Cabal Therapy, we are supposed to name Lion's Eye Diamond, which is why I took it with Thoughtseize. So let's give it a shot. I feel like we passed it. Lion, yeah, there we go. Ooh, tendrils. Cabal, Ritual, Lotus, Petal, Misty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flooded Strand. Tendrils, Cabal Ritual, Flooded Strand, Lotus Petal, and Misty. So I think we might be able to get him right now. Oh, you know what? I needed to bounce the Bayou and replay the Bayou. tendrils. So I'm not 100% certain, but Misty. So we know he doesn't have the tendrils anymore. He just played Volcanic Island. We have him. Ooh. So, oh man. That makes me feel like I should be playing 4 Cabal Therapies. um, yeah, so Cabal Therapy, man, I can see why some people like to play 4 over the Thought Seizes. Trying to ask my opponent here if he didn't have a win kind of game too, but he may have already left. It's hard for me to know. Um, wow. Yeah, so I think sometimes people take them out. I mean, I don't. I'm just. I can't imagine that they don't always leave one in there, and I don't understand why he couldn't have gone and gotten it unless, like I said, he may have accidentally taken it out, or he may have been showboating and then just took it too far. So I'm not sure. Either way, we got the win, and that puts us at 3-1.